guys, we're gonna start with worksheet number 2. Okay, so on worksheet number 2, day 1, we're going to make a commitment to eat slowly and mindfully. Okay, so what I mean by that is we eat way too fast, and I mean that's just something that most people in this country do because we have such big portions, for one thing. So when we eat fast, we do not give our bodies enough time to trigger that the stomach can trigger the brain that it's full. So what we're going to do on this step is, as we're eating, we're going to chew slowly. You're going to put your fork down in between your bites, possibly even take a drink in between your bites. That way you know for sure that you are eating at a slow pace. So also, before I forget, one thing I want you to remember on these worksheets, every day you're adding another step to what you were doing before. So it's not like you're gonna stop doing what you were doing on day 1 and now you're doing what's on day 2. You're going to just keep adding each step to the previous day. So now you're doing all what you learned on week 1, plus now you're adding what we're learning on week 2, okay? So once you have made this commitment, the very first thing we're gonna do, as you've been doing all along, is you're going to identify any sabotaging thoughts. So I want you to think to yourself, what is my brain telling me about this step that is trying to sabotage the effects of doing this step? Identify them, come up with a response card to those sabotaging thoughts, because our brains will fight us every step of the way on this journey. So just go ahead right now, think about what it is that you don't want to do this step because of, and then let's come up with some reasons why we do. For example, when I feel like eating quickly, I'm going to, and come up with something that you will be encouraged by, that will require, that will allow you to stay on the program. Create your ARC card, read your response cards, do your checklist for day 1 on week 2, okay? Day 2, this one is having confidence in your coach. That's me. I want you to have confidence in what I'm telling you. I have been where you are. I have lived this whole entire journey through my own weight loss and into maintenance and the struggles I've had in maintenance. So I know what I'm telling you because I've lived it. I have been down in the pit and I have come out of that pit, and I want you to trust me. I also want you on this step to identify some people in your life that encourage you, that are maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your mom, I don't know, maybe it's your best friend. But find somebody that is an encourage,ment to you, and use them as a sounding board. Maybe when you're feeling down, because I know sometimes I struggle to do the right thing on the program. Maybe I get up in a bad mood and I just am feeling tired, or something bad went on in my life that day. And so the triggers that I have, one of my biggest triggers is when things are not going my way, I want to turn to food to comfort me. I get enjoyment out of it. So have somebody, not just me, of course, reach out to me as well, but have somebody else in your life that you can pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, look, I'm really struggling today. I need you to help me get through the next 30 minutes or the next 5 minutes, whatever it is, just so that you have somebody else in your life that's somebody you can turn to. Then do your checklist for day 2. Day 3, I want you to remove the environmental triggers, okay? And what I mean by that is every one of us have triggers that make us want to eat, okay? Environmental triggers might be you have small children, so you keep food in the house that you shouldn't have, but you keep it for them, okay? Get somebody, maybe your spouse, maybe, maybe someone else that lives in the home with you, but get that person to put that food in a place where you may not even know where it is. If you are the only one that's there, then put it in a place where it's out of sight. Put it up high on a shelf. Because you'll be shocked at how true it is, out of sight, out of mind. But manage your environment. Make sure that you clear your environment of things that cause you to want to cheat, that make you want to, do things that you shouldn't be doing on the program, okay? Again, identify your sabotaging thoughts on this step, come up with an ARC card for those sabotaging thoughts, and then make sure you read them every single day. Do your checklist. The end of worksheet 2, I want you to concentrate on how the cognitive therapy side is making a difference in your life. I want you to think about the steps you've already implemented and how they really do help. And I know you're just started on this. This is just week 2, but I'm telling you, this is a piece of the puzzle that has been missing for me. And I know that if you'll do what I'm telling you to do in this journey with the cognitive therapy, you're not going to be re-losing the weight that you're losing now. You're not going to have to come back and get back on the program, because you're going to have a whole new mindset about keeping the weight off and how to think like a thin person, because that's where we're headed and that's where we're going to stay. Okay, so this is the end of worksheet 2. If you have any questions, please get back with me on that. I look forward to seeing you at our next meeting.